Hey, it's Jonathan with the Quantum Physics Healing Humanity channel, and tonight I want to try to describe to you literally the most inspiring thing I've ever read, the most inspiring experience I've ever learned of. And it's from an article published in a now defunct literary magazine called Parabola in 1986. It was by a Frenchman who was a Holocaust survivor named Jacques Bousséron, and he was writing about an incredibly inspirational man he met named Jeremy Regard. And the article is titled Jeremy the Christ at Buchenwald, and you can find it online at Through a Mirror brightly at blogspot.com, or I think you just put in Jeremy the Christ at Buchenwald and it would come up. So Jeremy was a welder from France, a Christian scientist, and he was put in the Buchenwald concentration camp in 1944. He was eventually killed in 1945. And this is the worst of the concentration camp conditions. I could describe it, but it's no use in that. But you can see these very skinny men, very poorly dressed, and those were the conditions at Buchenwald. To give you just some little sense of it, low tech with paper here outside. And even though the article is translated from French, which makes it a little rough, it really conveys what Jeremy was all about. And it gives you a profound sense of the spiritual vision this man, Jeremy, had, because he literally found deep joy in the worst of human conditions here in Buchenwald. And so it's fascinating to consider his perspective. I'm going to read to you a little excerpts from the article. And again, Jacques Bousséron is just in awe of what he learned and witnessed of Jeremy. So he says, Jeremy did not have his gaze nailed to the smoke of the crematorium. He was looking through. His eyes were solidly fixed on all of our miseries, and he did not blink. More than hope was needed at Buchenwald. It was necessary to see, and it was the good man that Jeremy saw. Jeremy would say, for one who knows how to see, things are always just as they are. That's the key line in the whole thing. For one who knows how to see, things are always just as they are. And so I think he's saying, if you have spiritual vision and you can see through the drama and the dream of human living and they call them the phantoms, the guards who are killing people and beating people, if you could see through that, you could find joy in the absolute worst of human conditions. So Jacques Bousséron says, I did not understand what Jeremy meant until he enabled me to see. Jeremy, the welder, lent me his eyes. I learned that we could vanquish Buchenwald if we desired to with enough force. Jeremy found joy in the midst of Block 57. He found it during moments of the day when we found only fear. And he found it in such great abundance that when he was present, we felt it rise within us. And they would describe him coming into the barracks that were built for like 200. There were 400 men in there, and everybody would stop and stop and listen to him, and just held everybody captivated. Inexplicable sensation, incredible even. There we were. Joy was going to fill us when Jeremy walked in. Imagine this gift that he gave us. We did not understand, but we thanked him time and again. And so he describes toward the end of the article that the day before Jeremy died, he came to see him to say goodbye one last time. Jeremy somehow knew it was the end for him. But he wasn't sad. He wasn't depressed. He was understanding the nature of life. That's not in the body. And he's still finding joy on his last day. And so it's incredible to me. Here in the United States in 2025, there's plenty of things I complain about inwardly or outwardly. And it's just kind of silly to know that someone can have the spiritual strength and the spiritual vision to find true, genuine, deep joy in the worst of human conditions in a German concentration camp. And I've always got to keep reminding myself of that. And daily, I've got this up in my bathroom mirror to remind myself about this. And it's pretty cool. And again, it's how quantum physics thought is healing humanity. He brought great healing to those people in that concentration camp, enabled them to get through that experience. So, hope you enjoy this. Sorry, pretty cool sunset back there, but the camera's not picking it up. But we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.